You know, I just have to say that I'm very impressed with what Bismarck's doing right now. I'm impressed with the Chamber of Commerce and their role in our community. They're huge in encouraging new businesses to come to Bismarck. They were just in China, for heaven's sakes, looking at opportunities there. So that's really great. The young professionals are an amazing group. I think they've got a great voice in our community. They're out looking for ways to support one another. They're out networking. They're going to keep our young people here, and I think that's very important as well. We have the Idea Center for growing new businesses. That's just starting up. That's doing a phenomenal job. The downtowners, they're working hard to make downtown a viable, exciting, fun place to be, and I guess we all have to agree that in the last few years, it's become a really fun place to go downtown. Someone said that at one time when they worked downtown and they said they could have been shot on Friday and nobody would have found their body till Monday. I mean, that probably would have happened. Now you drive downtown and it's hard to find a parking place, and that's kind of a big problem to have in the evening. So I think that's been a great thing. We just need to be always open to looking at new opportunities. Right now we are on the radar across the country. So we need to get out there. We need to see who would be a good fit for Bismarck. And I truly feel that we have a lot of groups right now pounding the pavement looking for some good jobs. So as a city, what do we have to offer them? I think that's important. And some of these incentives are important. I talked to somebody at the North Dakota Tax Department and I said, do people ever come to North Dakota, the bigger businesses, without an incentive? And he said, honestly, no. So while we do need to offer incentives, we have to make sure that they're cost effective, that our benefits are there in the long run. But I'm not against incentives. I think it's important that we have some things to offer to people to get them to take a look at this.
Okay, thank you. Chris?
Well, I guess my answer to that, if everybody can hear me. There, okay, thanks. I don't know, I'm here to learn, and I'm hearing new ideas all the time. It's really amazing. Of course, I have my own personal views about it. I think that we need to get buy-in from everyone in the community for economic development to go forward. We need to ensure that we got accountability. We got this lawsuit going on, so the TIF and all of our economic development programs are almost in jeopardy right now because a lot of the people of the city think that it's not for the benefit of the city. And I think we need to regain some faith of the people in Bismarck to let them know that the economic development programs of Bismarck are indeed a benefit for the citizens of Bismarck. The other part I hear, the difference between investing in a seed or investing in a field. I see a lot of emphasis or hear a lot of stories about, well, we're going to get a big field here and get 300, 500 jobs, and then maybe we don't pay enough attention to the 3 or 4 person jobs there. And I guess in my perspective, I see the value of planting a seed, helping the seed grow, let the community help the seed grow to some strength, and it'll tailor itself to what are the needs of the community. And of course, the other side is that you invest in a field and then you have a bad crop, and now you lose the whole field there, and everybody's left with a sour taste in their mouth, and there's no food to go around. I guess my background and I go to this because I guess that's who I am, but on the military side, what I saw was I got into city building, and from the inception, 35,000 U.S. soldiers, 15,000 Corps soldiers, another 30,000 coalition soldiers, and a city of 5.6 million people in Baghdad, and there were so many things that came into play, and then you had to go through the federal acquisition regulation, which is, it's amazing. You think it's hard for the bidding process, what we set standards on, without going through the FAR ones. It's unbelievable, and I had the opportunity of having $355 million go across my desk, and I had to go to and ask for the contracts of that. So you have to be able to justify that. You got to be able to justify that to the people with the money, and the federal government puts pretty extensive constraints on there to where it's meaningful. And I guess the biggest, the biggest lesson I learned was from the division commander, General Dempsey. We came up with this plan, we briefed on it, a $1.2 billion budget for a year, and we're gonna build these base camps, get them all done in a year. They said it was impossible, and that's always what they say, and what ended up happening was we started going, I started moving forward. Before you knew it, I was bumping heads with a lot of the base camp commanders that I had master planned and designed, and no, you can't put that library there, that doesn't go there, you can't. So General Dempsey pulled me aside and he says, we got to figure out a way to get buy-in, this just isn't working. And so that would be the same thing that I go back to it with the community. So that what we end up doing is end up having a sync meeting once a week, bring all the base camp commanders in that were they're going to have the enduring base camps. We got buy-in. Were there conflicts? Were people upset? Yeah, that was true, but at least everybody felt like they had a piece of the pie and they felt that they were part of the solution and not victims. And I think that's part of it that we should be emphasizing. We talk about some of the things, the small seeds, and I have a friend of mine, Chuck Schmeichels. He and I, we got around together pretty well when we were kids, and a group of us were pretty crazy kids, but he had this idea about sagebrush, and it was, he was going against REI, and he was putting gaiters on. Never heard of gaiters before back, that's people from North Dakota. What the heck is a gaiter? We just have tall boots and we have to put our socks up not to get the snow in it. But later, as it worked out, his dad was in the Ebertz business, and as it worked out, he ended up having an old school over in Courtney, and Jamestown wasn't paying any attention to him. And he got some employees there and paid them a good wage, and they had a good future. They converted the old school at Courtney into a little manufacturing operation. Well, then the city in Jamestown said, well, we got a vacant building here. We need to bring, maybe we could bring him in. They brought him in, brought him some seed money. Right now it's agri-cover, and Chuck's gone well beyond the point of independently wealthy, but the main thing is what he's done is he's brought all kinds of jobs, good paying jobs, and solid jobs, even in today's economy. And he's branched out. His brother's got a place out here, Bismarck campus, and those type of things. It didn't start out like a big field, but it was a small seed, and it grew, and the community helped it. So those are the things, I guess that's how I envision it. There's so many opportunities here in Bismarck. So many opportunities. We've got the Corps of Engineers right at our doorstep. I've been involved in partnerships with the Corps of. Okay, so that's what I'll just close it with. We got a great opportunity here in Bismarck, and we can do it. We can get everybody's buy-in. We can grow and make, for the most part, make people happy because they'll feel they're part of the growth of Bismarck.
Thank you.
I need one of those cards, well, or no.